And awesome. That is how we kick it off. Welcome to my birthday fundraiser, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me. Oh, yeah. I love to start with a little energy, right? Yeah. Trying to get it moving a little bit. Awesome. But I do want to take a minute to just acknowledge that we are in challenging times right now. And we don't need to recite any news headlines to feel that acknowledgement in our bodies and in our places where we're at right now. So it is a tough time. And one thing that I have learned during my life is that every time we go through tough times, when there are tough times, we come together. We always come together. In fact, nonprofits traditionally through every single economic recession have had consistent donations through those times. So even when times are rough, we support the organizations, we support our community, and we stay together. So tonight really is about coming together. And I'm hoping that you'll invest in this idea of how do we come together and how can we make coming together easier. Now I'd love to introduce someone really special to Village, Michael Scullin, who Michael has the honor of being the Village member who has attended the most villages. Is that right, Michael?
I've been to every one. Yeah.
You know, one thing that we always talk about at Village is that we co-create. Can you tell us a little bit about what that means to you?
That means that anyone can do this, right? That anyone can just show up and be a part of the village and make a difference and be a vital part of what we built together. And we just saw the video. We see it every week. Someone who's never been here, has no idea what this is, just shows up and just says something never said before or contributes something no one's ever contributed before. And it takes the whole group into a new direction because everything everyone does is vitally important to the whole.
Ariel is a very talented designer and has created, I got to show these, logos. All the logos, you did these, right?
I did. Our focus and intention to not just to be resilient, but to actually thrive through more challenging times was sort of just born organically. People brought vulnerabilities to the conversations. That's what led to this sense of, I think, just mutual trust that the village was safe to do that in. We've done a lot of things for fellow village members internally. A village member who got a pretty serious surgery and organized a meal train and were able to keep her fed for a good while. There were like 14 villagers who put together 120 cards and a couple really big gift baskets for Seattle healthcare workers. And that was just sort of spurred by someone's idea, and people just decided to contribute together.
Christine Kahlo is our board president.
Yeah, so as you've heard so far, Village is a uniquely collaborative and co-creative type of community with no particular agenda other than to get people together from various backgrounds and experiences to just have conversation. And I would describe it as a community that is built from the inside out, meaning that rather than aiming for to rally certain people around a specific cause, it really focuses on the potential of whoever shows up.
So what is VillageCo then?
Because of experiences with Village Seattle, we feel like there's a strong need for villages in other locations. And so we're launching a nonprofit 501c3 organization called VillageCo. But I feel like the suffix of VillageCo means to support whatever comes up. So we're supporting villages and groups, people interested in forming villages down the road and just supporting them, cities and neighborhoods and workplaces, organizations, and even family settings. VillageCo could be thought of as a bird's nest in that a nest, holds, it creates a space, a shelter for eggs to be nourished and to be held. And so villages could be thought of as the eggs and eventually the birds that would come up out of these eggs. For example, Village Seattle was once an egg and attached, and now it's formed into a living bird. It's far into this development. And so we're hoping that VillageCo will be like a nest for other villages in that we're here to support the initial phases and growth, but eventually would like for village to have their own life. And so we're not about creating any kind of hierarchy or espousing any kind of social or political or economic agenda. We're here to support groups that want to form villages. A lot of the supporters of VillageCo are from Village Seattle. So it's like a developed bird coming in to help build a nest. So we need funding in order to further develop our organization and bolster the structures we need to be able to function and provide the capacity to be of service.
Yeah. Thank you. Love that. Yes, that last point important too, that we want to be free. I think that's so important to be free.
Yeah, so we have a wonderful founding board of 11 board members, and it consists of a variety of people from different educational backgrounds and experiences. So we're really privileged to have a robust group of deep thinkers and compassionate individuals to guide VillageCo.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks, board. Kate has been involved with Village for a long time now, and I'm happy that you're continuing involvement with VillageCo on our advisory group, right?
Delighted, Jason. Absolutely delighted.
And Corey is in a black screen. Why are you in a black screen right now, Corey?
Hey, Jason, happy birthday. I'm in a black screen because I care about privacy, and this is probably being recorded, right?
Can you tell us a little bit about how we've thought about privacy and security with Village?
We make sure that anything we collect, store, or transmit is viable and only used appropriately. We're not collecting anything we don't need. We let people know that it's going to be recorded, and if not, they can go off screen or not. And when we have sharebacks from our gathering breakouts, we try to do our best to omit any names from the shareback. So if anyone wants to share a vulnerable story or anything like that, they don't have to worry about their privacy being violated. Yeah, I'm in cybersecurity space, working with VillageCo with things like compliance and risk management, things like that.
I see the Village as a model for ways in which people can communicate better. So here we are. This is it, and I am it, and you are it, and so is that. And he is it, and she is it, and it is it, and that is that. Oh, it is this, and it is thus, and it is them, and it is us, and it is now, and here it is, and here we are. So this is it.
Just an appreciation of everyone here. Looking around the room, there is so much love, inspiration, and support. And whether it's what I'm doing in prison reform or the work with the homeless people, there's not a movement that I've been a part of that hasn't been supported by people here at VillageCo. And there's so much that I've learned in Village that helps the movements that I'm a part of. When I got involved with TARP, I leaned on Village to help really gather community support and spread this super important message, which is really related to what we're doing in VillageCo, building community. When people come to the Village, they will go into a few breakout rooms, they talk to other people, and then what they find very quickly is, oh man, this issue affects so many more people than I thought. There are so many more people who care about what's important to me. And then they quickly get involved. And that's something that people can't do on their own. So Village TARP has been instrumental in growing the support that we need to make what I feel is the most important change in our justice system.
Yeah, so one of the disconnects for me with the Village has been I really love the format and the type of connections it inspires, but I try to be very grounded in where I am. And Jason eventually mentioned he had an idea towards that, which was to make villages location-based, like make one for your neighborhood. So we've talked about what it would look like to form a village community within like 5 blocks of me, which might be 1,000 residents.
Calling that rooting down. We're rooting down into Seattle and building some local communities. So excited to partner with you on that.
So the Village is such a great place to form community. We've talked so much about vulnerability, community, connection. It can be location-based, and that VillageCo is there to support you. Village is a place to form connection, and what better way to make connection than to host people, to connect with them, not only for meeting with them, but also sharing a shared love of community as well as food. So there's various events that have been organized around doing something outside as well as doing something inside when the weather is rainy and cold. And that's just another avenue for you connect with people.
We do need to have leaders in our community step up and kind of be there and show up and take care of some of the administration. But we also need to include everybody in that process as much as possible. So this is a bit of a transition for me. It's my birthday, so I really want to celebrate. I put so much into Village and I want to see it continue to grow. Of course, I'm going to continue to work hard on it, but it's not going to be successful unless other people also step up and help out. And that is what's been happening. We've had so many people step up and help out with this. Yay! Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. All right, let's say bye-bye to people live streaming. Bye-bye to the YouTube people. We hope that you pledge.
Give your money to the VillageCo.